My body's like a Ferrari. I can't just put anything in here. Hey, you got it. Well, you know what? You need your password?
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to make sure I'd like to begin by welcoming also our sports legends. Today marks a unique and special day of Brook Park. Over the past several weeks, I had the opportunity to meet with a great organization and foundation, High School Football Hall of Fame. National High School Football Hall of Fame, we did more than form a partnership. Friendship. At this time, I'd like to thank vision and passion for America's new pastime and recognizing the importance of to the next level. The home of the National High School Football. Beginning in the summer of 2026, Brook Park will host Council, who is here with us today out in front, welcome, to designate an area the National High School Football Hall of Fame Foundation can build their permanent home. Many great trends for decades. We are home of one of 10 NASA bases in the United States. We generate a motor manufacturing plant in North America, producing just under 800,000 class NFL Dome football stadium right here in Brook Park. To Brook Park's vision of creating a destination and gateway to Northeast, the National High School Football Foundation. We are excited, honored. At this time, I would like to introduce today's Master of Ceremony.
President of Operations for the National High School. On behalf of the National High School Football Hall of Fame, to Mayor Orcutt and the City of Brook Park for welcoming us. We are really play a short video. So sit back and enjoy, and be back in a couple minutes.
Has the Pro Football Hall has the National High School Football Hall of Fame. 1,000 square foot state-of-the-art interactive experience dedicated all in high school. From legendary quarterback Bernie Kosar and the two-time Paul Brown and the future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes. This is where the journey begins. Since 2023, we have enshrined over 100 inductees, and every year, Brook Park winner from high school to the NFL, the quarterback room, the coach's corner, right at the Touchdown Cafe, along with a 500-seat mixed-use theater, plus classrooms and offices. It's not just a Hall of Fame; it's a hub for education. 50,000 visitors annually. The National High School Football Hall of Fame will be one of the world's premier sports destinations. Inspire young athletes and create a legacy that continues to shape the very fabric of high school sports.
In the villages, and I'll accept that pro football was born here, but high school football, you were born and where you live. And it thrives here. It matters to people, not just the participants. It matters to the booster clubs. It matters to the communities and the parents and the grandparents. It's important.
To the Pro Football Hall of Fame, still waiting on that invitation. It honors the high school one honors the legacy of exceptional athletes, coaches, and contributors to high school football while fostering the growth of young talent.
Recognized for my efforts way back in the 90s. It really is special. Legends, not just the players, the coaches, the legacy that they have left behind. It's pretty cool.
Well, it was fantastic. I think people ask me about my pro career, my college career. I wish I could go back just for one game.
Growing up in Jeanette, and a lot of these guys were talking about their high school and how it sets the foundation. Well, I think high school sets the foundation for success. Sometimes it could be failure, but I think it sets who you're going to be and what the type of player
you ever have in your life. You're playing with your buddies. You're playing against them, the same guys. It's interesting. Almost 1 million are playing high school football. 15,000 schools play high school football. Just 6.5% move on to play college football. So high school.
Every moment, the time that you woke up to the time that you went to sleep. High standard of excellence. Anything, and I learned quickly if I was going to survive, I needed to get with the program, and that's carried over into my everyday life. And so appreciative for that.
It's an honor to be inducted into the inaugural National Football High School Hall of Fame. A lot of my high school teammates, we still talk about our high school playing days, so it's a great institution. Appreciate the honor.
It's amazing. There's many high school football players that they've been in this country, and to be in. Look at some of the other folks that are coming in. I think about the name Jim Brown in particular, because Jim Brown was the guy who was my hero when I was growing up.
To be able to be and good too, but just to never be a first class. So that's for National High School Hall of Fame, and being up here in Canton and be able to say, Mama.
Meets the future where athletes of all levels find inspiration and where communities come together to celebrate the spirit of high school. Of high school football are even greater than the last. Let's make history together. Canton has the pro.
So I hope what it means to our inductees to be in the Hall of Fame and how at this time I'd like to introduce the rest of our team. First is Robinson. Now, Lamont couldn't be here today. This was his vision, this is his dream, and he wanted and honored to be here in Brook Park. The rest of who's our president. He's right back there. David Brown, Assistant Director and Planning Director. Of the board. He's trying to get here, but he was out of town. At this time, I'd like to thank some folks for helping us get to this point. Instrumental in helping us launch this institution. In our 3 years, we're forever indebted to the City of Canton for helping us get started. I also want to thank Tom sponsorship and support of the counties. And of course, we want to thank Mayor Orcutt and the City of Brook Park for the opportunity to bring the National High School Football Hall of Fame to Brook Park, Ohio. 1,000-square-foot facility. Visitors will be both educated and immersed in the history of VR and the latest technology that will highlight our trainees, key events, and games, the remarkable records, and much, much more. Additionally, we will curate, store, and display memorabilia. We are in the process of formulating a budget. Our purpose is not only to celebrate the past, but also to promote the growth of the game and ensure we feature regional camps designed to develop transformative athletic skills and promote character building. We are set to launch the Hall of Fame streaming network Academy, resulting in both entertaining and informative viewing experiences distributed over our app on various platforms. Additionally, we are planning to bring up some more members of our team. Our first speaker is somebody I think inductee, part of the inaugural class, and our ambassador, Mr. Bernie Kosar.
Truly honored and humbled to be here today. And as you saw from the video, place and high school football lives here. Guys like Lamont Showboat Robinson back to Northeastern Ohio and can't thank people of Canton enough for what they did in the first 3 years as the interim. There the last few years, and what the National High School Hall of Fame is standing for, and I believe school sports really has been grassroots, epitomized by the interest that incredible cities throughout our country. So some of the people that were part of this process from all around the Brook Park, Ohio, and your vision here that we're making for our state and for the National High School Hall of Fame to be one of the early people to be committed. And as a guy who was proud to go to the University of Miami and win a national championship, because I wasn't overly recruited here in Ohio, because I would have stayed here as a mommy's boy, and then to go and get a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, my high school sports and my high school games, and I doing with the Titans as you're getting ready for camp start next week. And the core foundation of really what I believe I stand for, and I believe a lot of us resides in what I believe happens with high school football. Some of our high school coaches and teachers, and the less we kind of use the phrase now with the National High School Hall of Fame, not because I went to the University of Miami with You Matter, but it's so important today in our society with so much bonus going on top of some of the pressures in society, especially with kids, but even self-esteem is such a big part of all of us and how we're able to really feel men and young women so that they could come out and be the future of our great, a better place and a better place now for us to make. Thank you, Mayor Ed. Thank you, Dave, and everybody here for having somebody that had so many choices coming from Michigan and had probably 10 choices in other places around the country to end up here and choose transformational change in our state. And I'm so proud to be part of it. God bless you. You matter.
Thanks, Bertie. Appreciate those great words. At this time, National High School Football Hall of Fame inductee and one of the coolest dudes I know, Ray Freeman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dave. Bernie's my actual Hall of Fame colleague, and he does say you matter. So, Brook Park Council, I know the hard work you guys do. I want to thank you for your vision, Mayor residents. So it's huge what you're doing here in Brook Park. On those times when you're in Sunday, our actual announcer, which is Sam now, and I had about 30 of them in high school, so he called my name a lot in high school. But that's when you smell that popcorn. Cheerleaders cheering, getting ready to bust through that banner to play friends, to play interstate rival across and play those guys. But to be in this actual name, and Bernie, we're in a club. We're in a club with us because we think 150 years of high school football. You know, that's in our DNA. That's in America. You know, we have over 1 million children, boys and girls. I go to high school football. The sport is changing. It is definitely changing. But I'm proud to be here, and you guys matter. Thank you.
This time, I'd like to introduce radio personality and our induction.
Career started about 40 years ago in Brook Park, Ohio, graduating from Baldwin Wallace College. And the council members, do they still broadcast your council meetings? No. Somebody got up there and they had their soapbox, and that was part of what I did in Friday night. right? That was the job duties. That was part of my listing. So I would suffer through some of one of the area's top high school games. So it's really cool for me when and said, hey, we're going to have the National High School Football Hall of Fame moving to Brook Park, Ohio. It took me back. High School Football Hall of Fame. So Mayor and everybody else on council, you picked up a gem. This is something that is so special for me as a media member to be able to run into the pros. But going back to high school, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. There's some all 50 states. But as Bernie said, there's something special about football Friday nights in Ohio. To MC the last two ceremonies, to introduce the likes of these guys that are up here on the dais with us, but school football. And there's something special about taking that trip down memory lane that we all love to. The smell of the popcorn in the air, the band playing, the visiting team. And it's really neat for grown men. It was yesterday, scoring that touchdown, throwing that touchdown pass, getting that sack. And the city of Brook Park, you're going to love this. And I'm emceeing the event, and I look forward to the next one in July.
I also want to acknowledge another Hall class of 2025 and Cleveland area. And for our last speaker, we have Cleveland Browns player Bob Golding.
Much. Wrestling's probably the only reason I ended up with the Browns. Played nose tackle and I got no job. So yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you. When we first went into the Hall of Fame and got the idea from Lamont, was, you can think a lot of things. You can think, oh, kind of fun, but looking at the way it's developing, seeing the players that were looking at the guys that have, they're played football pretty much all their. Then he gets put in the National High School Football Hall of Fame, all the way up. Then you see others of us that played in high school, but we never got to the Hall of Fame. And but it was. Everybody has their story for a bunch of years, and I used to, as a child, and every time I saw him do stuff, I said, I'm going to try that. And so it was his back. As a CYO, he bought a tackling dummy and put it in the backyard. But we all have motivation. Sometimes we got in it, start getting in it because it was. It is, although I don't remember all the games, it has to be enough. We came from different places, from different motivation. That variety of guys, all up in college or the NFL, they all had that goal. A lot for a game of football too. So, without any more ado, You know what? You matter. For a guy history with Miami, I called it the U back then. I think back then it was just the name.
No, I actually was thinking about I thank Notre Dame for starting my career.
September 1st, Labor Day, Monday night, Notre Dame going back against. You owe me $12. But I just thought it was kind of cool. I listen to you talk about University of Miami all the time, so it's just not going to work. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Can't wait to see this thing develop. Thank you.
Before I close, I want to acknowledge someone else that's here, I believe. I don't see her. Yeah. Of Warrensville Heights. She put down roots there over 55 years ago, along with her husband Clarence, who proudly served. I want to say again, we are just delighted to be here. We know that this in the entire country. We intend to draw 100,000 every year with our field trips, our induction week, our food festivals, and all these events are going to be promoted on our streaming network, making the National High School Football Hall of Fame a year-round destination. 2026 nominees that month, and I want to invite you all to attend Brook Park on July 11th. Again, I want to thank Mayor for welcoming us here. We are so excited about what this is going to be, and we just can't wait until we see.
No, I got thrown out of school.